Thanks for stopping by AverageJoeResto.com today to watch this how-to video. Today I'm going to restore and rebuild an automatic shifter assembly for a 67 Mustang. Same procedures apply to 65, 6, 7, and 8, probably a few other vehicles, and years of Mustangs with an automatic shifter housing similar to this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble this. I'm going to clean the shifter housing up, send it through the bead blaster, and then coat it with some protective paint. Either some of the parts that are going to go on here. We're going to put a new shift housing plug in, new shifter bushings, shift indicator lamp which attaches to the shift lever, and also a new shift handle. We're going to put the deluxe handle on this one. To finish it off, we're going to install a auto shift cover plate, a brand new shift cover, and of course new screws. And then it'll be a completely restored assembly. It'll work like new, and you'll like it once it's put in your car. So let's get started here. I'm going to begin the disassembly process on this shifter assembly. It just takes a few tools, a 9/16 socket to disengage the shift lever from the shift brackets, either a screwdriver or a small socket to remove the shift cover plate, and an Allen wrench to remove the shifter handle if it's attached properly, and a Phillips screwdriver. That's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Sometimes you have to hit that with a hammer to get it loose. The shifter bracket's on there pretty good. It's been on there for 40 years after all. Alright, it's completely disassembled. Our main objective is to clean up this housing and get it ready for reinstallation of the new components. So I'm going to give this thing a bath and send it through the bead blaster and coat it, bring it back here for assembly. Okay, so I've got the shifter housing cleaned and coated, so we're going to go ahead and get ready for assembly. I've got all my parts laid out here and ready to go, so let's get started. Alright, first thing I want to do is get my shifter bushings, and I want to place one on my shifter bracket here. Put a little grease on here. Slide the first bushing on here. Make sure there's grease on the other half. The other shifter bushing, go ahead and insert into the housing in here. And I'll push the bracket through there. The next step is to put the shift lever on. As you can see here, I've already installed the shift indicator light on here, so I don't have to hassle with trying to put it in once the lever's installed. Tighten down that nut. really good. Now what I've got to do is make an adjustment on my shift lever, so when I push the button on the handle, everything goes smoothly. So I've got to install the handle, but before we do that, how you adjust this is there's a nut on an adjuster stud in here. So what I've found is that you can take a small wrench with an angle on it, put your shifter all the way back into low, and slide your wrench on there, and then you can access the adjuster stud through here, make any adjustments you need once the handle's on. I've already made some adjustments on this ahead of time and everything lines up, so I'm going to go ahead and put the handle on. First I'm going to feed this cable through here. Now to get the handle on, it's not going to go over this, so you've got to push up on this to get it fairly straight. Make sure your lever's out a bit, slide it over it, do a little push down. There we go, the handle's on. Tighten that down with the Allen wrench. Check our adjustment. This is the same steps you'll go through. Everything's good there. Neutral. Drive and low. Everything goes back on the way up. Alright. So that's it for that. So now we'll get this handle back off because we've got to place our cover back on now that we know everything's working properly. On our shift cover by installing the screws and tightening them down. And the last step is to put the handle back on. Tighten the set screw. And we'll give it a little test. Everything's working out great. That's all there is to it. Now it's ready to be installed in the Mustang. So I hope you enjoyed this video at averagejoeresto.com on rebuilding your automatic shift assembly. It's not a very complicated procedure. You should be able to get your assembly out of your car as long as you have the components and get this done on a weekend in just a few hours. Thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.